This video is going to have to be done quick because it's our 4th wedding anniversary, and if Jade finds out that I'm making football videos for all my internet friends again on our anniversary, she's gonna kill me. Grossi Posse Packer Nation, welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom Grossi, and today we are looking at NFL Week 5 studs and duds. Now, I went 2-2 in all of my leagues last week, but not only did I split in all the leagues, I split in the Packcast leagues. The first Packcast winning 91-70, and in the second one, losing 99-137. Things aren't going as well as I wanted them to in the Packcast League, but it's still early. We got a bunch of season left, and you're damn right, I'm still coming for the gold. The green and gold. So, if you're brand new to studs and duds the way this is, I'll give you 3 studs to start in your fantasy lineup this week. A potential sleepy sleeper, and then, of course, the duds, the people you should probably stay far away from. And now, let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Starting on with our first stud, and that is, first of all, by the way, I looked at this and was like, all right, let's do the usual weekly gander. Who's playing the Dolphins? And was like, oh, wait, they're off this week. So my job was a little bit more difficult. But our first stud is Arizona quarterback Kyler Murray. Now, Kyler Murray, been okay as a fantasy QB. A little over 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Nothing to be like, oh my God, that's amazing. Already sacked 20 times. Thanks, O-line. But he's going against a terrible Bengals team who just got embarrassed by the winless Steelers on Monday Night Football. So if there's any game that I think the Cardinals could win, I don't know why that went super Boston for a second, but if there's any game that the Cardinals can win, I think it's this one. And I think David Johnson and also Kyler Murray are going to have a big day. So if you got them, smoke them. Then moving on to numero dos, we have the enemy in here, and that is Minnesota wide receiver Adam Thielen. Now, Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs owners this season are like, oh my God, you're terrible, and I've made a terrible choice to pick someone from the Vikings, which is haunting me every single day. But Adam Thielen only with 2 catches last week against the Bears. We did a whole video on how much Kirk's cousin sucks, so check that out. It's friendly for the whole family. But Adam Thielen ripping apart Kirk Cousins was like, you got to throw the ball, you got to hit the long passes. And Kirk Cousins coming out last night and literally apologizing to Adam Thielen, saying that a lot of that was on him. The reason I'm saying, okay, this is the week they're going to get together, and this goes for Stephon Diggs too, is because they're playing a terrible New York Giants secondary. And so while he's been super duper disappointing, I feel like Cousins is going to be like, I'm going to target Adam a little bit more this week, which means fantasy points for you. And the Giants suck. Moving on to numero tres, Alshon Jeffery, the wide receiver from the Eagles, has been one of Carson Wentz's favorite targets this season. He's been banged up, obviously, but had a pretty damn good night against the Green Bay Packers and is coming to town, well, staying at his home, to take on the Jets, who are just so bad. So I feel like he's going to put up some decent points this week, and the Jets are all banged up as well, so yeah, I feel like this is a pretty good matchup for Alshon Jeffery. So if you had any hesitation on starting him, I say you throw him on in there. Then for your sleeper of the week, he should, like, in the beginning of the year, people were drafting this guy in the top 15, and he just stunk up the place. And that is Steelers running back James Conner. Now, he had a receiving touchdown last week. He had 42 rushing yards, 83 receiving yards. But they're playing the Ravens this week. And I originally, if this was week 1, I would have said don't start, or week 2, don't start him. But considering what Nick Chubb did to that Ravens defense last week, through the air and mostly on the ground, I say, you know what, take a shot. James Conner's been really disappointing this year, but I think that he definitely could put up numbers, considering that Ravens defense is really just not really holding up to what I thought they would be. So if you're going to take a shot on somebody this week, I say James Conner might be your guy. And now on to the duds, otherwise known as Jade's expectations for our wedding nights. They deflated like a balloon. It was a long day. Then let's go to our number one, and that is Wayne Gallman, the running back for the Giants. Had a freaking awesome week last week. 63 rushing yards and a touchdown. Also through the air, had 55 yards and a touchdown. But he's going against a Vikings D, which even though they allowed 16 points to be scored by Chase Daniel, their running backs were pretty much held in check. Besides the one touchdown reception by Tariq Cohen, that was pretty much it. And the Vikings defense, in all honesty, is still a very good defense. And so I think they're going to be able to shut him down pretty quickly. I feel like they're going to make Daniel Jones' life pretty damn miserable. He'll probably throw some picks or so. And I feel like they're going to have to abandon the run game pretty early. So I think that Wayne Gallman is a super duper risky pick for this week. Then continuing with the running backs, all three of them are running backs, and that is the Oakland Raiders running back Josh Jacobs. Had a pretty decent game against the Colts. Nothing totally special, but the reason why I'm picking him is because, good God, he's going against that Bears defense. They held Dalvin Cook, who's one of the best running backs in the league, to 35 yards. Josh Jacobs, yeah, I don't see him doing real well against the Chicago D, so don't. And then finally kicking it off or rounding it out with the duds, and that is Devonta Freeman. Good God, the running back for Atlanta. 157 yards total this season, 0 touchdowns. Remember when they got rid of Coleman and they're like, oh man, he's going to be our leading back. That hasn't gone well. Is going against the Texans. And usually I would say, all right, he's a pretty safe start. He'll get you some points. But just out of just principle, that guy has not proven himself at all to be a reliable running back 1, 2, and maybe even a flex. So, I mean, obviously some of you have to start him. But I feel like if you have a choice, yeah, I'm not really high on Freeman this week, or ever this season. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. How did you do in your fantasy leagues? Hope you're killing it, unless you're in my league, which I hope I'm killing you. Yeah, but not literally, because that would be murder. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at TomGrossiComedy on all social media you see down below. Check out podcasts on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course YouTube. And a big shout and thank you to all the Patreon members over at patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy. But I am Tom freaking fracking Grossi. You'll have the interview with Sean from Sports Fury, our Cowboys fan for the week, coming out tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.